Okay, it's been about a year in the making, but now we know for sure. Hasbro is packing up and leaving Rhode Island, moving up to Boston and taking hundreds of jobs with them. Toymaker, founded in Pawtucket back in 1923 by the Hassenfeld family, is leaving. I'm Gene Valicenti.
And I'm Patrice Wood. This is personal for so many of us who bought their toys or whose families worked there for generations. But Hasbro calls it a new era of play. The announcement coming from Hasbro today after months of speculation. Here's what we know direct from Hasbro. The company plans to leave their headquarters on Newport Avenue in Pawtucket. Their new home is at 400 Summer Street in the Seaport District in Boston. They'll occupy 7 floors of that building. Hasbro plans to move at least 700 jobs from Rhode Island to Boston by the end of next year. Hasbro also has offices in Seattle, and it plans to keep those. Okay, we're told workers in Pawtucket will learn more in a meeting tomorrow. One of our first thoughts, what about Hasbro Children's Hospital in Providence? The company addressed that too. Hasbro says its plans to continue supporting the hospital with annual donations, and will make donations to other Rhode Island companies as well. We have Team 10 coverage tonight on Hasbro's decision to leave. Big story. Let's get up to Boston now. Dan Janing is live outside the company's new home in the Seaport section. Dan?
Gene and Patrice, My Little Pony and G.I. Joe will now move up the Monopoly board to here, the Seaport District of Boston, one of the most expensive and exclusive addresses in the East Coast. It's a move that we see so often in many of our industries when a family-owned company is switched into corporate hands. Certainly it's personal and it's hard for people in southern New England, but for here in Boston, it's considered a strategic move. Now, to give you some context, this is the Boston Convention Center right here. A lot of you know where it is. You've been here for conventions yourself. You work in the area. You visit this area. And perhaps strategically placed right across the street is 400 Summer Street. It says Foundation Medicine. That's because it is the biggest client in the building right now. They do cancer research. And up the 18-story building, the other 2 companies are small. Remedy Place, they deal with social health, and then also Lululemon. Just a couple of blocks away at the State House, Governor Healey is happy.
I want to start by just saying what great news it is that Hasbro is moving to Massachusetts, and that follows some good moves recently. Businesses coming to our state. I think about Lego. I think about Biogen's expansion. I want to thank the legislature for all your work and effort with us in making Massachusetts a great place to do business, and really happy to see Hasbro and its 700 jobs come to Massachusetts.
Now the question is, how many of those 700 jobs in the Rhode Island office will workers want to come up here to Boston? The commuter line, South Station, is 11-minute walk from where we are right here, so the commute may not be bad. But there are other questions. If you want to drive, will parking be free in the garage below? And what about pay? Are you going to get a pay increase? Because people who work in this Seaport District, they make a lot of money, but still not enough to live in the Seaport District. So certainly questions that we'll be asking the CEO when he grants us an interview after requests have been made for almost a year since this story broke. Live in Boston, Dan Janik, NBC 10 News.